You are now listening to The Backseat Critics, the movie review podcast.
Welcome back to The Backseat Critics. My name's RJ.
My name's Andrew, and today we're discussing Too Fast, Too Furious from 2004?
3.
I was off. My bad.
2003.
This movie is very of its time.
Sure.
Just the look,
Sure. Baggy clothes.
just the style, the shots, the way the movie was done.
Yeah.
Very much of its time.
Sure.
So much CG cars.
Sure.
But anyways,
You didn't enjoy it?
We'll get into that.
Okay.
We'll definitely get into that. I don't want to spoil it for the audience.
Okay.
I mean, maybe this was deserved I don't know, an award.
Sure.
Too Fast, Too Furious should have won 2 Academies.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's some big praise from you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So before we get into it, we're gonna dive into a couple news topics. We're gonna discuss Disneyland, I guess, being empty.
It was a little empty.
We're gonna discuss our man Ludacris, who got a star.
Congratulations, Ludacris.
We'll go into our quiz topic.
Okay.
We'll discuss characters. I don't feel like there's a whole lot to talk about there, but we'll discuss characters.
Okay.
We'll discuss scenes.
Yeah.
And we'll go to our staple, what moment?
All right.
Before wrapping it all up in a fancy little bow, sending it on its way with a final review.
Ta-ta.
All right. So you want to dive into this Disneyland thing?
Let's dive into the Disneyland thing.
So it was empty.
It was empty. I believe it was on Friday, the 26th
Sounds
of
about
May.
right. Yeah.
Not a lot of people in there, it seemed like.
Which is weird because reading up on it, this is usually the busy time for them.
You'd think so, the holiday period, that there would be a lot of people there.
Yeah.
And usually there's grad nights that pump up and everything, but maybe people are just like, we know that there's a grad night. We know this is going to get cut short. Maybe they just figured, let's not go.
Yeah.
But I guess
and
during the day
this
it's pretty
is
empty.
right before school gets out for a lot of people.
Yeah,
So maybe it was just a weird coincidence.
maybe.
I haven't heard anything since then, but reading an article about it, it looks like it's been kind of slow for a little while now.
Yeah, I guess people are probably just in the mindset of let's avoid grad night season.
That makes sense. I mean, after, 2 years with COVID, 3 years of COVID, still dealing with COVID, yeah, I could see people avoiding crowds.
Well, but in grad night season, it gets cut short because they open up the park to all the grads for certain high schools.
Oh.
So certain high schools rent out Disneyland, and so my guess is that they're
What a
probably
lucky
like,
bunch.
let's avoid that. I know.
I want Disneyland.
What do we get?
Oaks
Enchanted
Park?
Forest, Oaks Park,
Sweet, I'll buy some dragon jewelry.
Big Owls.
Bullwinkles?
Exactly.
I'm kidding. Don't diss on Bullwinkles.
Or Big Owls.
Yeah.
You can stay on Enchanted Forest. That place is for bad people.
Yes, it is. Enchanted people.
Yes.
Anyways, our guy Ludacris, you got a star.
He got a star.
Congratulations, dude.
Look at him.
Yeah.
Looks like
Bravo.
Vin Diesel lifted up the little curtain with somebody else. I forgot
was
the
it
name.
Vin Diesel,
Vin
dude?
Diesel was there. Paul Walker's brother was there to congratulate him.
For a moment, for a hot second, I thought you were going to say Paul Walker was there. I'm like, what?
No, Paul Walker's brother.
Okay.
Paul Walker's brother.
Okay.
Brian O'Connor's brother.
Brian O'Connor's brother.
And they just got a little Fast and the Furious reunion there.
Right on.
Yep.
Right on.
And we should actually add one more thing to the news topics while we're in this.
Oh,
Let's talk about some Michelle Rodriguez real quick.
okay.
Did you hear what she said about the Marvel movies or the superhero movies?
No.
She's like, there's too many superhero movies. Why do they keep creating them?
Because they're genuinely popular, generate a ton of money, they're safe bets, and studios can pump them out.
Do you think in your opinion, do you think she's in a place knowing what she's from to say that?
From Fast and Furious?
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
They're the same exact type of movie.
Yes,
They're stupid, time-wasting blockbuster movies.
but great.
Depending, yeah.
Like me. A great disappointment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, man. You gotta be better than that.
But I'm still great. What is your quiz question today, Mr. Quizzical?
Quizzical. All right.
Quizzical man.
The villain of the movie, who I don't feel like looking up his name right now.
I have the cast pulled up right now. I believe his name was Carter. No, that doesn't seem right.
That's not
the
right.
villain.
Hold up. I got it. Give me a sec.
Do Enrique.
Carter. Yeah, Carter Verone.
That was him?
Yeah.
Okay, Carter Verone, played by Cole Hauser.
So he has a big mansion in this.
Yes.
Do you know who owned this mansion in real life?
Ludacris.
That's your answer?
Yes. We'll find out later if I
We'll
was
find
right.
out later. I'll tell you what.
I'm wrong, but that's okay.
You'll find out later.
That's okay.
You'll find out later.
That's okay.
All right, you want to dive into characters?
We'll hold the phone, buddy.
What?
Well, we got a 2-minute summary.
Oh, 2-minute summary. I keep
And
forgetting.
You know what? We're gonna play by the Fast and Furious rules. You dove in. You didn't wait for us to pray for the food. So guess what? You gotta do the 2-minute summary today.
When did I not wait?
You didn't wait right now. You just dove right in. You tried to go right over it because you tried to skip it. It's your turn.
You know, I think because you remembered, you should take charge. Be a leader.
Listen, I have to be a leader every day. Sometimes you just gotta sit back and chill.
Yeah.
And
now's my time.
Nope. Today's the day.
Today's my time to sit back and chill.
No, today's your day to pull
Go
up
ahead,
your
take
big boy
charge.
panties and be a leader.
Do you see these? Could these shorts get pulled up any higher?
Yes. Keep going. Further.
Could you get these shorts up any higher?
Yes. Yes.
We'll get yours up.
No. Because I'm not going to do it today. It's your turn.
All right, so we start off this movie with a street race, as is ritual with these stupid movies.
Hold the phone. Get out of here. Anyways, okay, continue.
I'm kidding. These movies are the best on earth. Anyways, we start with the street race. Ludacris is there. He's like, hey, we're going to do a street race. Ah! And then... He-Man! Paul Walker! So they do the street race. They circle around. Apparently they block off, 20 blocks in the city, this downtown area.
And you don't.
No. So anyways, they block off this area. They do a loop, and then they, jump over a bridge, and they finish, and Paul Walker wins because
he's Brian O'Connor.
He's Brian O'Connor, and that's just the way the script was written.
And
Anyways,
that's the movie.
We jump ahead where he's like being recruited back into the police, but not really recruited back. He's just needed back for one more job. Very like 80s Lethal Weapon 2 kind of thing, where it's like, we need you back for one more mission. So anyways, he's recruited to intercept some money from a drug dealer down in Florida, and he's got to get his friend, who is definitely not a Vin Diesel placing. So anyways, we get Roman, new character, who's definitely not a Vin Diesel placing in this, but and they go and they do a little run around in Miami, and then they get the money, and then there's a little double cross deal there that's not really double cross, but it's the undercover cop who's sleeping with the bad guy, gets some bad info out, and she almost dies, but then they jump a car onto a boat, and then they stop him, and then it's all good.
Okay.
I felt like I hit all the necessary plot points there.
Sure. Good enough.
I don't really feel like... Yeah.
Good enough.
It's interesting that... I mean, we'll get into it with characters, I guess.
Well, with the plot, I felt like it's very similar to the remake of Starsky and Hutch from 2003, 2002 era. Almost semi-similar.
Pretty similar. Gotta say, Starsky and Hutch did it better.
I enjoy that movie more, yes.
Yeah.
That movie's actually one of my favorites.
Hey, no shame.
Ben Stiller, Owen Wilson. Maybe a
All right.
future episode. We'll see.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's jump into characters. Oh no, I forgot to record something for the characters. So here's something. Characters. Who are they? What are they doing? I don't know.
All right.
Who's your number one?
Roman.
Roman.
Roman. He is the comedic aspect of this movie.
Okay.
He's funny.
Yeah.
He's silly.
Yes.
He gives me the giggles.
Do you stay up at night and write about him in your journal?
No, I stay up and laugh about him. And he's just a homie.
Okay. So you'll be surprised. My number one is actually it is also Roman.
Wow. I'm shocked. Ah!
I mean, yeah. It's
Roman.
quite literally Roman. Yeah, when he's not an uptight guy in this, I'm assuming when they allowed him a little bit more time to kind of let loose. Yeah, he's a ton of fun.
That cigar stealing thing is pretty funny.
Yeah.
The cigar chopper.
Yeah.
I don't know what the name of that thing is right now.
His little mocking with
Yep.
His shirt collar, rubbing it back and forth. He's rubbing it in the faces of the two guys they just took cars from.
The jetpack or the seat.
Oh, the ejector seat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude had some of the best scenes in this.
He did.
Apparently this guy was actually, he was written in because Vin Diesel turned down the role. It was originally written for Vin Diesel.
Well,
He turned down the role because he was tied up in other films and didn't like the script for this one. So they rewrote the script for Roman.
well, good for us that Roman gets to come back later.
Oh, does he?
Yes.
Sweet.
We won't see him again till Fast and the Furious 5.
Are you serious?
Yes. And then we get to see him in Fast and Furious 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. So we got to go 2 movies without him.
Actually, remember.
Oh, we're skipping Tokyo Drift.
For now, we're going to go back to Tokyo Drift. We're watching in
so
the
we're
order.
skipping 1.
So
That's okay.
we'll come back to it. We'll
Okay.
come back to it, and we're going to watch Fast
Is
Fast
Ludacris still
and
in it?
Furious. Yes, as he is going to be in Fast and the Furious 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Sweet. Because I'm going to steal this one from you. My number 2 is actually Ludacris.
You know what? There's probably not a lot to this movie because he's mine too. I mean, I'll just be honest with you.
Every time he was on screen and just having fun.
He's Luda.
I was just having a ton of fun with him on screen. It's fantastic.
Hustling some way. Always hustling.
Always hustling.
What's funny?
Upgrade from Ja Rule.
Ja Rule.
Ja Rule, yeah.
Ja Rule wasn't the... He wasn't the guy that kind of handled the money or anything like that, though. He was one of the racers.
So this is actually because Ja Rule turned down the role. Ludacris was put in for his spot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this spot was actually written for Ja Rule.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I got to say, solid upgrade. No, not dissing on Ja Rule, but like, you could tell Ludacris was having fun with this.
It's kind of crazy to me, though, that Ludacris in this movie, how he is in this, as he's kind of like a hustler, those sorts of things. He's not like that in the other movies.
What is he like in the other movies?
He's more of like a computer techie type person. Yeah, super computer.
Super out of left field.
Yeah, you'll catch it in the next one. Like all of a sudden, he knows how to like crack one of the top of safes.
That'd be like watching Fellowship of the Ring, thinking you're kind of set with the characters, and then in Two Towers, all of a sudden Gandalf is just donning full armor, swinging a battle axe around.
No, it's more like you thought that Legolas was an elf the whole time, and all of a sudden he becomes a dwarf.
I feel like my comparison was a little bit better with that.
No, it's very much like this.
No.
Speaking of Lord of the Rings, off topic real quick.
Yeah.
They
Trading
are
cards?
remaking Return of the King, the video game.
What?
They're remastering it. It's
You're
supposed to be
kidding
out
me.
in 2003 this year. Or
2003?
2023, 2003. I think that's when it originally released, actually. It's supposed
I
to be
think so, yeah.
2023, 2024. They're remastering it. I'm excited.
I'm thrilled.
Best Lord of the Rings game.
So yeah, and they're doing a remaster of Knights of the Old Republic.
They've done that a couple times.
I mean, like full from the ground up.
Okay.
Like next gen graphics and gameplay.
Okay. That could
So-
be interesting.
Yeah,
But the Lord of the Rings one excites me more, to be honest with you.
I get that.
That game was awesome.
Yes, it was.
Many hours wasted on that game.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
Hey-
when you get Legolas.
I was gonna say, who's your go-to?
Legolas.
Of course.
The arrows, and you shoot like 4 at a time. It's
Mhm.
over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Character.
I mean, just distance.
oh, yeah.
And I mean, any ranged character in a game like that is going to kill.
I mean, Aragorn. Eventually, he gets 3 arrows that you can shoot at a time, but it's not the same as Legolas.
No. Legolas just felt snappier, in my opinion.
His gameplay was just awesome.
Yeah. Anyways, who's your number 3?
My number 3, you know what? He's gonna stay in there. There's not a lot to it. Mr. Brian O'Connor. Brian O'Connor. Is that yours too?
Yeah.
As you're laughing. There's not a lot here. Evan Mendes
This is
character, Mimi. The bad guy, Mimi.
there's
There's
like no one else in this.
there's really no. I mean, maybe you can give it to the henchman. Maybe.
Maybe Ludacris's like friend, the chick.
Oh, the
Maybe.
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Not
Maybe.
really.
Like I'd say as much as a henchman, but like
It's Brian O'Connor. He's the
yeah, that's
Paul
my
Walker.
number.
I liked his outfits actually in this movie. Little flashback to 2003 era. It was like the big white baggy shirt,
Mm-hmm.
the longer shorts a little bit. He had to chill.
Yeah, he did. He's got the ultimate chill now.
Yep, he's playing Point Break out there.
Point Break.
And there we are.
He's playing Need for Speed.
Yes. This movie actually wanted me to play, or I felt like I should play Need for Speed Underground actually after watching this movie a little bit.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I was
Give me
thinking
Need
of Burnout Paradise.
This one just Need for Speed. Have you ever played Need for Speed Underground?
Not Underground. No.
One
Played,
of
Most
the
Wanted.
better racing games.
Close, yeah.
I'm off today, just so you know.
No, it's fine. It's a weekend.
Yes, it is. But that one, Burnout Revenge is my top racing game. But Need for
Okay.
Speed Underground, if you want some similar cars and aspects, it'd be that.
All right. Do you want to jump into scenes?
Sure.
Okay.
We're off to talk about C,
What's happening?
the magical
What is going
wizard
on?
of scenes.
I'm so confused. Everything. Go first.
Oh, you son of a gun.
RJ, go.
I actually think I really enjoyed the
RJ, go.
opening race scene.
Okay.
That was kind of fun to get everybody there. Ludacris
Just that
calls him
initial.
up,
Yeah.
say, "Hey, you better get here." Or I know a guy. You guys cool? Yep. And here comes Brian O'Connor, and they're like, "Ah, crap! It's this guy."
Apparently, these are all the same cars from the final race in the first Fast and Furious. Just
Oh,
repainted.
seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
And even the order that they come across the finish line in is the order that they come across in the first movie.
That's kind of rad.
They just reused the cars, repainted it, and added some other, elements to it.
Well, that would be my number one.
Apparently, there were so many LEDs on the cars that they had a car LED installation expert on set all the time in case one of them broke down.
Like the
Undercarriage lighting.
Some of that
in the
can look
cabin
cool
stuff.
sometimes.
It looks so tacky.
In real life, some of them can look cool to me, but
Okay.
not here in Oregon.
No.
In Miami, sure.
Yeah.
In Los Angeles, sure.
Sure. Fine.
It's got to be a warmer tropical.
Flatter area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The Pacific Northwest, where we're dealing with trees and stuff? No.
It snows.
No.
We have rain for 8 months of the year.
Hills?
Yeah, no, not here.
Nah.
Everything's green. Not here.
Nah.
We don't need extra colors.
Nah. Plus, I mean, if you're like me, you can just put undercarriage lighting on your person and you're good to go.
Anyways,
I mean, have you seen these lights?
Or actually, you just need to pull up your shorts, and all of a sudden you got lights.
Look at that white light.
Exactly.
It's blinding.
It is.
All right, so my number one is going to be when they pull into the warehouse running from the cops, and then all the 50 to 100 cars all pull out in this kind of, they call it a scramble.
Oh, yeah.
So just that bit is going to be my number one.
Okay.
It was part of the movie where I'm like, oh, wow, somebody actually put some thought into the script writing and made something that's kind of enjoyable.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
That whole little
It made me
chase bit was
smile.
kind of fun a little bit.
It was bizarre, but yeah.
My number 2 is going to be kind of in the same ballpark, kind of in the order that you're listed. But I actually enjoyed the part where they go into the mobile homes.
Mm.
And then Roman sets that car just tumbling down sort of thing.
Yeah. Yep. It would have been a pretty great callback or something if we would have had Julian come out with a rum and coke being like, hey, what the hell?
Yeah. That seemed like something Trailer Park Boise almost. I agree.
Yeah. Anyways, my number 2 is going to be the Demolition Derby. The
With
introduction
Roman.
The intro to Roman. Yeah. It's the next most fun scene. Cars just crash into each other, and cars with like teeth on their grills and angry eyes and stuff.
And
It's
Roman's
fun.
just dominating.
Yeah, he is.
He
He's
don't
just
care.
absolutely dominating.
He's got the ankle lock, and they're like, aren't you supposed to be sitting around?
Yeah, he's just parked right outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still not sure how he managed to flip a car over, but whatever.
It's Fast and Furious logic.
Yeah. Can't wait to see more.
Well, you will. Number 3 for me. Number 3. I had one in my head and it just went away.
You got this.
I'm going to go with the injector seat scene.
Okay.
That's pretty
The
fun.
injector?
The injector. I know I said that wrong.
He's just
Ejection seat scene.
the seat
They
jumps out,
it injects you.
grabs
It
grabs somebody just walking on the sidewalk, pulls them in.
Listen, man, it's been a long day. But they inject the seat into you, you know, and you all of a sudden get the leather and
Just it's inside of you.
they. No, we can't
You
go
do
there
get the
anyways.
baseball stitching?
Yes, you get the stitching, everything, and then all of a sudden you become a seat.
I feel like Ted Levine would be a huge fan of this.
Oh, probably.
You know, Buffalo Bill?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd enjoy that.
Yeah.
But no, the ejection seat scene. Ejection seat scene. I can't talk anymore.
Try for
We're
more
just
time.
we're gonna leave that alone. Okay,
Come
what's your
on,
number 3?
Come on, 4 take RJ. Come on. You can do it. You can do it.
It's your number 3 now.
Yeah, no, I'm just waiting to see. What is it called?
Don't worry about it.
What is it called?
We're gonna leave it alone today.
So
We're moving on.
in James Bond, what is it called when that passenger seat just boo?
They inject ejection.
There we go.
Okay,
Congratulations, RJ.
now I'm worried better.
You're doing it.
Now we're gonna
You're
inject
learning
Andrew's
the
number
English
3.
language.
We're gonna inject Andrew's number 3 favorite scene into this podcast.
Do you want to
now.
guess it?
Probably when the car lands on the boat.
100%. That is no kidding my number 3 scene because
I figured. Why would they do that?
Yeah. At that point, it's like that's the biggest stunt that we've had this movie.
I disagree.
What would you say the number 1 is?
Maybe the bridge jump.
I could see that. I'm still saying the
It's up there. It's
boat.
top 3.
I'm still saying the boat because smaller target you're trying to land on.
Okay, but hold on. This is Brian
moving.
O'Connor. And this is Mr.
Brian
Roman.
O'Connor?
O'Connell. It's O'Connor, isn't it? I'm all off the name.
We should.
It's O'Connor.
It is O'Connor.
Look at that. Brian O'Connor. And
Wow, I got it right.
it.
So when he was stuck in that car, and the guy was like had the gun to his head, and that little trigger next to him, what was he trying to do?
It's okay.
Just for the audience.
It's okay. What's the next topic?
For the audience, RJ.
They know what we know about this movie, so
They know what we know about
They
this
know
movie?
what we know. They know what we know.
What was this? What was this? Little fast pressing of that trigger. What was that trigger trying to do?
So there's a soda dispenser in the car, and they just didn't know about it. It's gonna splatter
Better
some
movie.
soda.
Spray some with Diet Pepsi.
Yep.
Man, could you imagine cleaning that up? It's sticky everywhere.
Especially with those leather seats.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can't be good for the nitro.
In those hot weather.
Cannot be good for the nitro. Anyways, you want to jump into the what moments?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
What? What was that?
Shoot.
I guess the first thing I would say that's kind of crazy in this movie is a boat jumping onto a car.
A boat jump.
A boat jumping onto a car. It's been an off day. It's been a long day. A car jumping onto a boat.
There we go.
It's been an off day.
So what would have it been called if the captain of the boat had a little trigger button, was tapping on it, and all the seats in the boat ejected, pushing the car off the boat? What kind of seats would those be, RJ?
The injection seats.
The injection
The
seats.
I'm running with it now. I'm just going to own it. It's the injection seats, Andrew.
There we go. There we go. Pulling up your big boy pants.
The injection seats. We're just going to own it.
All right. So that was your number one, was the fact that they did that.
Yeah. What's your number one?
So my number one, I don't know if you noticed this. Roman, like Mac, has shirts exclusively with no sleeves on them. Is this guy just buying shirts and ripping the sleeves off of them? And does this continue? I don't know if you noticed, this dude wears like button-up shirts throughout most of the movie, and all the sleeves are torn off.
I honestly
shoulder.
don't know. That's something to watch for.
I just found it really interesting because they're clearly like ripped off.
I will have to continue to watch for that in the movies to come.
At first I was like, okay, that's just a thing. And then, through the whole movie, he went through, I don't know how many wardrobe changes, every single shirt, no sleeves.
It has something to look for in movies to come.
So that was my number one what moment.
Number 2 for me is the rat.
The rat. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
That's
I've
some
seen
messed
that
up
somewhere.
stuff. Oh, yeah.
I've seen that somewhere in,
It's been in a few things.
yeah. Yeah, I don't remember what movie I remember seeing it in, but yeah, I definitely remember seeing it.
Just so everybody knows, there's a part where the villain puts a rat onto a guy's stomach and then puts a bucket over it, and then
A
he
metal
starts to
bucket.
heat the bucket.
Yeah, and the rat starts clawing at the guy's stomach to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is
Super
something you
messed
don't
up.
see in this. You don't think that that type of thing would be in this type of movie.
No, you don't.
So that's kind of why it's my what moment.
It was a interesting moment. Also, that guy is from Batman Begins.
Yeah, he's the bad cop,
Yeah. Yeah, Mark Boone Jr.
the dirty cop,
Yeah.
the dirty.
All right, my number 2 is going to be the ejection seats.
Injection, gotcha.
Yes. So, up to this point, it's been a pretty tame-ish, like, racing movie. They're just running from the cops. The scrambles maybe like the closest kind of weird thing that happens, but like outside it's pretty standard. And then just out of nowhere, he just pulls up this trigger, presses it. Dude, exit stage left.
It was awesome.
It was awesome. Did not expect that at all. Was pleasantly surprised that we're just introducing this 3/4 of the way through.
And it was fun, though.
Also, why aren't these like standard in cars? I could think of 100 times I could have used an ejection seat.
Shut up. Anyways. Some of those probably wouldn't have moved the seat, though.
I'm just saying, it'd be nice sometimes when you're driving like on like a Wednesday night or something. You hit that button, passenger, boo, out the roof.
been a long day. It's been a long day. Anyways, number 3.
What's your number 3?
That was a good question.
Because you only did 1. So what's your number 2?
You
only did 1.
This is my number 3.
You only did 1.
I did the boat. I did the brat.
Oh yeah, you did do the rat.
Come at me. Now look who's slipping.
All right, Mr. Injection Seats.
Woo!
Take Bob.
Woo! He's a nice guy.
He is. But I can go after you. You're a fair target.
Number 3. I'm going to say, why did it take the bad guy so long to catch on to the cop?
Right?
And he caught on such a
He
minute
seems
detail.
so suspicious through this whole movie of everyone being a potential cop.
And it was such a minute detail.
And then he's just like, oh, she's clearly a cop. 100% sure he's... Like, seriously?
On such a little itty-bitty details where he caught her.
Yeah.
So that whole thing, is to me, is a what?
I get you.
How does he not catch Roman or Brian O'Connor?
I feel like that was like a last-minute ad. Like, they did the whole finale, the car onto the boat to stop him, all that stuff. And they're like, there's not enough tension here.
We got to wrap it up.
We need to add more tension. So they're like, okay, what if the girl gets held hostage? Well, how's she going to be held hostage? We have to catch her. So they add that at that end because I feel like they would have been totally fine to not reveal to him that she was a customs agent and just finish the movie.
Better movie would have been.
This is if they cut the funding for this movie.
Better movie would have been that they revealed that later. He finds out later or earlier on in the movie. And then something goes wrong between Mr. O'Connor and Eva Mendes' character. And then Brian's like, wait, something's off here. And then he goes and the whole movie escalates from there. And then they figure out, okay, O'Connor's working for the cops now too. And now we're in a more suspenseful situation, which makes for a better movie in the end.
Yes. Or if the bad guy was intentionally giving Eva bad info through the whole movie.
Because he knew.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, just watch The Departed if you want a better situation like that.
Isn't that Leo?
Leo, Matt Damon.
Yep.
Yeah. 100% better movie.
All right. You're number 3?
Which is a weird jump because this is a perfect movie. This is what... I don't know what you're doing over there.
I'm waiting for your number 3. Number 3.
My number 3 is going to be that police grappling hook that apparently disables cars.
Oh, yeah, the electronic. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I looked down for like a second, look up, and I'm like, why is their car turning off? And I had to rewind it just to see like, oh, it's a little grappling hook that...
O'Connor like pulls it out of his car at one point too.
Yeah, he's like leaning out while the henchman's like steering and stuff. Yeah.
Terrible henchman, by the way.
He really is. But yeah, no, that was a what moment for me because again, we're like 2/3 of the way through the movie at this point, 3/4 of the way through, and we're just like, oh hey, the police have this tech that can disable cars.
No. They showed that in the very beginning.
Did they?
Yeah. So Brian,
I missed that. I completely missed this.
So at the end of the very first street race, everybody starts to run away. Correct.
Yeah.
And then Brian O'Connor gets shot with one in the beginning. He's like, oh crap. So that's how he knew.
Gotcha.
Actually, I think when they were...
I think I went to go get the laundry.
Oh, okay.
During that scene.
And I believe they did it in the tryout scene where they're trying it out. The police show up there as well.
Also was not paying attention.
And then they do it again in the third. So it is throughout the movie. So it's not something they're just like, okay, here's this new technology. Have fun.
Okay, so it was just
it
I
in the
wasn't
beginning
paying
movie.
attention. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
And
That's
Mr.
cool.
Injection Seat over there. Take that, LaBoop.
I don't know. Did you say take that to the booth?
LaBoop.
The booth?
LaBoop.
Explain to me. What does that mean?
Well, so The Rock at one point won an award at the Kids' Choice Awards back in the day when he had a thing going on with Megan Fox. The Rock, or Shia LaBeouf. And Megan Fox had a thing, but The Rock walked up with Megan Fox, and he goes, beforehand, Shia called The Rock the Pebble. And so when The Rock got to walk up with Megan Fox, he says, "Take that, Shia LaBeouf."
Shia LaBeouf?
LaBeouf. Flex at him. So LaBeouf.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Take that, sucker.
Hey, don't come at me.
I just did.
You know what? I'm stopping the recording on yours. I'm kidding. I'll do it in post
Yeah, that's fine.
when you can't stop me.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Can't stop me now. Oh, no.
Yes, I can.
A Queen song.
You did a great job.
Yeah,
Freddie Mercury better step aside because,
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Okay.
yeah.
Well, great that he's
I
dead,
mean-
so no comment. No.
I mean,
competition there.
frankly, you've got better teeth. I think that's what's doing it.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got some pretty good gaps.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what, Freddie? Rest in peace, Freddie.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Let's
All
wrap
right.
it up. What you got?
All right. Final thoughts.
Probably a 6 out of 10.
Ooh. Really?
This one is not. It's got some enjoyable moments, but the first one's about family. This one has no family aspects into this. It is kind of boring for what it is.
It's so boring.
It's not necessarily something you need to watch for the storyline, but it's still good because you get introduced to Ludacris' character and to Roman.
Mm-hmm.
But, not that great. I would say, once again, whatever we rated the first one for kids, same thing here. Teenagers, those sorts of things. That's what I put on there.
Yeah, it's definitely for teenagers. The amount of just casual sexual harassment in this movie is astonishing.
Yes.
Like the amount of guys just walking up to random women and just grabbing them, insane. But yeah, no, I'm with you. Incredibly boring. I'm actually going to give it honestly a 2 or 3.
Ouch. Okay.
Yeah.
I give it 6 because of the Fast and Furious name attached to it. And you got Paul Walker, so I got to give him a little bit.
I mean, you know me, but
The critique.
no, that's not what I'm saying. I don't have that connection. This is my first time through these movies. The most enjoyable part was, again, Roman and Ludacris, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
And
100% agree.
2 scenes that lasted all of 2-3 minutes. So out of I don't know, a 2-hour movie, which isn't too bad lengthwise. It was boring. There wasn't a whole lot going on. There wasn't a lot of interesting plot points. It was just dude needs to move money from point A to point B. It ends up being at a different location, and he tortures a cop to make sure that the quote-unquote area is clear for him, which didn't work out, but Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Definitely, you could skip this one.
Yep. Doesn't really play a plot into the rest of the movies, so.
Sweet. All right. Any other final thoughts?
Yeah, what was the answer to the quiz question before we forget this time?
Good call. The answer to the quiz question. So, for those who forgot, the quiz question was, who owned the mansion originally that was shown as the villains in this movie?
All right, who owned it?
Sylvester Stallone.
That was his mansion.
That was his mansion.
I felt like I knew that.
Yeah.
I really do feel like I knew that, actually. Now, at first I was a little shocked, and then as soon as it settled,
you're
I was like,
I've heard this somewhere.
yeah.
That's what I thought when I read that too. I was like, I think I've heard this.
Yeah. So I'm not shocked anymore.
Do you want to know a second fun fact?
Okay, let's hit
That
it.
I've 100% heard was, so they were filming in one part of Florida on one side of the river. Do you know what movie was filming on the other side of the river at the same time?
Starsky and Hutch.
Bad Boys 2.
Aha,
At
better
the
movie.
Same time. Yeah.
Better movie.
100% better movie.
I'd rather watch that than this one.
Future episode.
Oh, sure. One day.
Hey,
Bad boys, bad boys.
what you gonna do?
We're going to make Andrew say injection seats. Bad boys.
No, you're not. And with that, if you like what we do, you can hit subscribe, or you could just skip that. It doesn't really matter, but show some love or don't, whatever.
It's free.
Yeah. Or hit up our friends at the Play No Games podcast.
They're free too.
And show. Other than that, see you guys next week.
We out.
Oh crap! I
Bad boys.
forgot to hit
boys.
record.
What you gonna do? You are such a liar and a poop.
Wow, over there, Mr. Chihuahua Man.